Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, out there in television land. Welcome to our Auction HQ. Well, at least visually at a minimum. My name's Tim Russell, and I'm going to be opening proceedings for you here tonight for the auctions that we have up. And I'll be followed closely behind by the very handsome and intelligent Mr. Stephen Bunday, who will be bringing home proceedings for you this evening with the last couple of auctions as well. Before we do get underway, first of all, I wanted to wish all our sellers and buyers the absolute best of luck tonight. There are some conditions, of course, no doubt, that you are aware of should you be willing to bid or participate in the auction this evening, and no doubt they've been available to you as you've been through many of the exhibitions that have been on show for the properties that we're selling this evening. I'll just repeat those to you tonight for posterity so that you're across those. Of course, the auctioneer may make one bid for the seller of a property at any time during the auction. Each person bidding must be entered on a bidder's record, and of course, being a remote or absentee bidder scenario, you will have pre-registered before this evening's auctions, ready to participate in the auctions should you be wishing to buy one of the properties that's being auctioned this evening. The auctioneer may refuse any bid. The auctioneer may decide the amount by which the bidding is to be advanced, and of course the auctioneer may withdraw the property from sale at any time during the auction. We may refer a bid to the seller before the end of the auction, and if there is a dispute about a bid, the auctioneer is the sole arbiter and the auctioneer's decision is final. If there is a dispute about a bid, I may resubmit the property for sale or start the bidding again at the last undisputed bid. The sale, of course, is subject to a reserve price unless announced otherwise, and the highest recorded bidder will be the buyer. If a reserve price has been set for the property and the property is passed in below that reserve price, then the seller must first negotiate with that highest bidder for the purchase of the property. So a good position to find yourself in should you find bidding starting to wane, then do make sure that you are in the lead so that you have the first right of reply. And of course, the buyer must sign the contract and pay a deposit immediately on the fall of the hammer. I know that many of you have put down a cash deposit prior to the auction tonight, should you be choosing to bid, and of course you've given authority for either the auctioneer or your representative to sign the contract on your behalf, should you be the successful bidder. So they're the terms and conditions, folks, and I'm sure you've probably heard those once or twice if you've been to auctions anywhere in the ACT over the last, well, 20 odd years. So it takes us to our first submission, ladies and gentlemen, and it is known or described in the contract as Block 4, Section 46 in the Division or District of McGregor, and known as 37 Club Crescent in McGregor. We thank the sellers for their instructions on the sale, and I did meet the vendors yesterday, and they are absolutely lovely. Seller solicitor Andy Colquhoun from Colquhoun Murphy has prepared the contract. The stakeholder is LJ Hooker Kippax Trust Account, and the selling agent, the incredible Sarah Turnbull from that office, who is really making waves in the property market across the ACT, and a force to be reckoned with, that's for sure, when it comes to some of the best agents in the industry. Restriction on transfer is nil. Occupancy is offered with vacant possession. Goods are fixed floor coverings, light fittings and window treatments as inspected. Date for completion on or before 30 days of the date of the contract, and of course the contract also calls for a 10% deposit. And if you've made an agreement with the vendors through Sarah or your agent representative prior to the auction tonight, then that will be honoured and upheld. I'm just going to throw to Sarah to say just a couple of words in relation to Club Crescent.
Perfect, thank you, Tim. So this is a beautiful 4-bedroom ensuite home, being beautifully renovated over the last few years. So you can simply move in and just enjoy what is there. So best of luck to the bidders tonight, and hopefully we'll be welcoming a new owner. Thanks, Tim.
Thank you, Sarah. That's fabulous. And I do hope we can welcome a new owner to the property. And ladies and gentlemen, my instructions are pretty clear. And one thing I can tell you right now, and that is that the vendors are super realistic. So it's over to you out there on the other side of the camera. I know that we've got some communication with the agents around the room ready to bid. So what do you say, folks? Where do we go? An opening bidder offer on 37 Club Crescent in McGregor.
$550.
$550, thank you very much. Welcome to the bidding. Welcome to you to the bidding, of course. And best of luck to you. $550 is a bid, and looking for a rise from there. I would have thought very easily we could jump to $600 from there without any trouble whatsoever. But you tell me, at $550 the bid right now, this beautiful 4-bedroom home in McGregor, it seems smashing value at that. $550 the bid. At $550 the call. If we don't get a further bid, I'm going to exercise a vendor right to bid. I'm going to throw that in. That vendor bid is now with me at $600 $650,000. That's the vendor bid right now. That's a figure above which you must be to put yourself in a position to potentially buy the property, but certainly below that, the conversation ceases. So we'd love to see you north of there. Could I say 650 for you? What do you say?
Yeah, pretty much.
At 600 with me, north of there is where you need to be. 600 is the call.
What do you reckon?
Looking for a rise from there. I would have thought 625 would be a very fair step. If you've been out there looking in that suburb, you'd know that
605?
605, it is a slightly short. Could we say 610 for you?
620?
620 perhaps?
610.
610, very good. At $610,000 and looking for a rise from there. At 610's the call. Of course, McGregor is such a fantastic suburb in Western Belconnen. It is thriving right now and on the rise without question. That whole area out there is growing. We've got North Holt, Ginninderry, which is coming out of the ground. In fact, it's almost completed out there. Just such a beautiful new suburb. Easy access out to some great walking trails and bushwalking around that area as well. And of course, only moments away from some of the best shopping in Canberra, the Kippax Shopping Fair as well. But at 610's the bid right now. I'd love to see an increase from there. At 610's the call. 37 Club Crescent in McGregor. What do you say? Where do we go from there? Still below my instructions at this point. Can't count to 3 just yet. At 610 the call.
So, have you been?
What say you? Happy to give you a moment. I know it's a tough decision. Of course, this is an opportunity right now, should you be able to come to an agreement with the sellers at a particular price, where you can buy to the exclusion of the rest of the market. You know, one of the things that's just happened is restrictions are lifting. Open homes are back on the agenda, albeit with limited numbers, but they are back on the agenda. And of course, if we were to take this property back into the open market, then you'll find your competition, your competitors will be out there in force against you. So this is your opportunity right now to buy to the exclusion of the rest of the market and get the property that you've been looking for, your dream home, right now. So at 610 the call. What do you say? Where do we go from there? I would love a good faith rise. At this point, that is below my instructions. I can't sell it to you. Not too far away though, I have to say. At 610 the bid. Where do we go? Sarah's busily speaking with the bidder on the phone. I know that she's having some good words with you, so best of luck to you. I would urge you to increase, of course. You don't need Sarah to do that. You can do it on your own. And we'd love to...
640.
640, well done at $640,000 the bid. Well bid indeed. Normally you get a little round of applause for an increase. We'll give you a little one there. At $640,000 the bid. Well done to you. Still below my instructions, but at $640,000, I know Sarah is chatting to the vendor there. I know there is other interest as well that could not register this evening, so I do wish you the best of luck. At $640, it'd be great to see you moving into the property in the next little while. At $640 the bid. Looking for a rise from there. We'd normally do a charity auction on an evening like tonight. We had a special charity that we were looking at raising money for, but there's nobody here, so we can't do that one this evening. But next time, perhaps, we might just throw in some charity work as well. It's usually for the children, but in some cases we do charity work for people outside of the younger age groups, and we really do look forward to helping those people as well. So at 640 the call right now. Where do we go from there? Could we say 650 for you? What say you? 650 would be a great place to go. It'd be my suggestion to you for sure. At 640 the call. So very, very close. Not too far away. What do you say? Come on up with me. You've searched for so long. I know you've been out there looking at plenty of other properties in the marketplace. This is the one. This is the one you've decided to bid on tonight. Don't let this moment go by. Buy the house. Move in. You will love it. And in 10 years from now, you'll think you got it very cheap indeed. So at $640,000 the bid. Where do we go? another small increase might be just the ticket for you to get you in the front door. Looking for a rise from there. What do we say? Quickly now, if I do hold it over, I know there's some other people waiting for us to do that, to have a conversation.
Hey, how are you?
I'm not sure what Jenna said to you last time, but whatever it was, Jenna, you should say it again and get them to increase one more time.
No, that's okay.
We're at 640,000.
648.
648, good increase, well done to you. At 648,000. We'll see what we can do for you. Not too far away from my instructions, it's still a touch below, but at 648,000, don't forget where we are, folks. We're in one of the most up and coming suburbs in that West Belconnen region, and I can tell you right now, where else in Canberra can you buy a home of this size and quality at that sort of money? Almost impossible to find, for sure. So this is a great opportunity right now for you to be able to secure a lovely home in a great location. And of course, Canberra's so easy to get around just about everywhere you go. You're about 20 minutes from just about everywhere in that location at Club Crescent in McGregor. Okay, so I have been given instructions that we are on the market. Take a seat because I don't want you falling over. Right now at $648,000. I'm going to call it 3 times. If there's no further bid or rise, I'm going to sell it on the count of 3 on the fall of the hammer. First, second, third call, $648,000 at 37 Club Crescent in McGregor. Selling, sold. Congratulations to you. Well done. Well done. Isn't that lovely? Well, my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, that's how you do it. That's how you buy property. And congratulations to those new buyers, and congratulations to the sellers as well. I know they're moving on to the next chapter in their lives. So you picked up a great house there with a lot of love in it. And no doubt you'll be making your own stories in 37 Club Crescent as the years go by. So well done to you, and well done to the sellers, of course, as well. Our next property, ladies and gentlemen, is described in the contract as Unit 43, Units Plan 3967, Block 24, Section 21 in the Division or District of Braddon, and known as 43 of 35 Torrens Street in Braddon. We thank the solicitors at Tuggeranong Legal for the preparation of the contract. The stakeholder is LJ Hooker Dixon Trust Account, the seller's agent, the incredible Mr. Ryan Headley from that office. And I'll tell you what, Ryan has been in the industry now, it seems like only a short time, but Ryan, I think it's been almost forever, and selling across the entire capital and beyond. Stakeholder is LJ Hooker Dixon Trust Account, the seller's agent. Oh, we've been there. I'm having a Groundhog Day moment. Restriction on transfer is nil. It is offered with vacant possession. There is a 30-day settlement period from the date of exchange, and the contract calls for 10%. Of course, as per all Standard Law Society contracts. Ryan, I'm going to throw back to you. Tell us a bit more about this fabulous apartment in Braddon.
Thanks, Tim. And yeah, what a absolutely fantastic location right here in the heart of Braddon. It's on Torrens Street, just behind Lonsdale Street, so it has all of the facilities of the location of Lonsdale Street, all of those cafes, bars, clubs, which are opening again soon. Hopefully we can go for a drink in public soon. And it is a little bit quiet, being a bit back on Torrens Street as well. It's a fantastic, spacious, 1-bedroom apartment that's positively filled with light and is in immaculate condition. So I'm going to hand back over to Tim, and good luck to everyone. If you are registered on a different property, don't be afraid to bid on this one as well.
Thank you, Ryan. What a place. I tell you what, these places are totally groovy. I love the layout and the fit out of these homes. They are certainly one of a kind. You don't find them, they're not the standard. So if you're looking for something ordinary, well, you're probably not interested in this one. If you're looking for something extraordinary, well, this is absolutely the right property for you. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, you clearly know how it's done. Who'd like to start us away and open bid or offer on this wonderful home, this wonderful apartment in the Braddon location? Where do we go? 43 of 35 Torrens Street in Braddon. What do you say?
Not for this one.
There is one gentleman here. You can't see him, but he's got a paddle. Torrens Street in Braddon. I can't do without you, folks. Ryan, if I can't get an opening bid, I'm going to hand it back to you for further negotiations under private treaty terms, which means that it is still available, which is great news. So I'm going to give you one last opportunity, ladies and gentlemen. First, second, third. No bid there, folks. I'm going to hand that back to you, Ryan. I know there is ongoing interest in this property, and I'm sure it will sell very soon, especially given the extremely fortunate location of Torrens Street in this wonderful suburb, and it is like the most cosmopolitan part of the Canberra region. Without question, it is a place where it all happens, and once restrictions do lift, this is the place to be without question. So wish you the best of luck. Thank you very much once again. That's it for me. I'm going to hand over to the fabulous Stephen Bunday to bring us home this evening. Have a lovely night.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Well, thanks, Tim. Thanks for your patience, folks, and we're going to get straight into the third property now. So the contract describes the land as Unit 2, Unit Plan 163, Block 1, Section 49 in the Division or District of Cook, and known to you and I and the postman as 59 Dugdale Street. We thank the sellers very much for their instructions, Sandra, and we thank the seller's solicitor, Megan North Lawyers, for her clear contract preparation. The stakeholder is LJ Hooker Kippax, the Sales Trust once again, and the seller's agent is LJ Hooker Kippax, and they've been beautifully represented by the principal of that office, Sandra Masters, who is just off screen. She'll be on screen in just a moment. If you've met Sandra during the course of the marketing, you will have found her to be just fabulous. Restrictions on transfer are nil. There's no land rent associated with this one. Property is offered with vacant possession. The breach of covenant or unit articles have been disclosed in the required documents. They've been available through Sandra and her office for the last 23 days or so, and here on display this evening. The goods are described as blinds, built-in wardrobes, clothesline, fixed floor coverings, insect screens, curtains, light fittings, rain shorts, stove, solar panels, TV antenna, and slow combustion fire as inspected. Phew! Date for completion on or before 30 days from the date of this contract, and the contract calls for 10% at the fall of the hammer. However, if you've made other arrangements with the sellers via Sandra, they will be upheld, I can assure you. Sandra, tell us all about it.
Thank you. Yes, I do love having a New South Wales solicitor that really makes sure that list of inclusions is quite extensive. But thank you. It's really exciting to be up here. I mean, look, everyone thinks real estate is somewhat glamorous, and it certainly has its moments. But sometimes we're called in to deal with a difficult situation, and I think that's been one of these sales. It has been a sad goodbye for the particular owner. We've made it very clear in the ad that unfortunately there has been some termites that have had very, very good taste in this home. Now, whilst all the termites are now gone, they have left behind a little bit of destruction. Now, what that difficult situation does mean, though, is that for a very lucky and very savvy buyer, it does give you an incredible opportunity to get into a suburb that is traditionally very, very tightly held. It's hard to get into this suburb, particularly at this price bracket. So for those that are prepared to take on the work, and let's face it, it needs a little bit of a reno anyway. So whilst you're getting in there and giving it a bit of a facelift, fix some of the stuff behind the scenes, and you've got an incredible opportunity to purchase a really great townhouse in a fantastic complex, and you're just up from the Jamison shops. So been absolutely priced to allow you to do what you need to do to it, and I wish our buyers a very, very best of luck this evening, and it'll be exciting to see what this new chapter brings for this home. So thank you, Stephen, I appreciate it.
Pleasure, Sandra. Great words as always, and 100% true. I mean, entry level into this suburb is it's very hard to come by, and I would have thought much higher than the written instruction that I've been given. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is over to you now at home, on the lounge, or in the car, or wherever you may be. Perhaps somewhere warmer than Canberra, I don't know. Looking for an opening bid or call. 39 Dugdale in Cook, what a great spot. Looking for an opening bid or call. Who's to start me away? Don't be shy if you're here to buy. Let me know. Just tell your agent on the phone to make a bid, and I'll get things started on your behalf, and we'll go from there. For opening bid or call. Is there anyone to start us away? Can't do it for you, can't do it without you. Kayleen just panning around the room, showing the agents. Beautifully lipsticked up. Is that a bid, madam?
Oh, it was very exciting. I did wave it, but it was more just so you could see him here. And it's
All right. Can't start without you folks on this one. I need someone to start me away. We thought perhaps the high 300s, maybe even 400. We're going to throw in the termites. There
At
you go.
380,000.
380,000, that's a good strong bid. Can I just see your number again, madam? Bidder number 6, and a welcome. Could be a sir, I'm not sure. I'm talking Sandra's holding up the paddle. But 380,000, what about a round of applause for our opening bidder?
That's the most.
That is a fantastic bid. Looking for 390 to keep us going.
Great.
We're at $380,000 now, and I'm going to call it in. $380,000 first time.
No, that's okay.
380 second time. $380,000 third and final time. Is there any further bid? Any further offer?
Absolutely fine.
Would it help your person there, Gina, if it was to say it was on the market for outright
The
sale?
opportunity just wants me to let you know we're on the market. Does that change anything?
It's going to be sold to the other, to bidder number 6. Doesn't
We're
change
on the market
anything.
selling at 380.
Okay. All right, I'm going to call in once more. Dugdale Street in Cook. First call. In Cook now, second time at 380,000. Third and final time. Is there any further bid? Any further offer? I'm selling. Selling. And sold to you, bidder number 6. Congratulations. One big strong bid was all it took. What a great entry-level property. You are going to love living there. You just need to move the termites out and move yourself in, and you're going to be very, very happy. All right, that takes us on to the next one.
Thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, last property for the evening. We only had a card of 4. The contract describes the land as Unit 117, Unit Plan 2526, Block 17, Section 19, Divisional District of Braddon, and known as 620 of 86 to 88 Northbourne Avenue in Braddon. Sorry, it was right on the fold there, folks. Had the great pleasure of meeting the seller this evening, a lovely gentleman and very realistic in his expectations, and we wish him well. Seller solicitors Tetlow Legal, we thank them for their contract preparation. The stakeholder is our office, LJ Hooker Dixon Trust Account. The seller's agent is LJ Hooker Dixon. We've been beautifully represented. You've met him once here this evening, and meet him again. He's doing a bid in Braddon at the moment, Mr. Ryan Headley, a terrific agent working really hard and doing great things in the inner north. Restrictions on transfer are nil. There's no land rent associated with this one. Property's offered with vacant possession, and it's vacant already. Ryan, ready to go?
Yeah, we just need to get the stage furniture out.
Absolutely, get the furniture out. People can get their furniture in and they're away. Breach of covenant or unit articles have been again disclosed in the required documents available through Ryan and the office for the last little while and here on display this evening. The goods are described as all fixed floor coverings, window treatments and light fittings as inspected, but Ryan is going to give us a better rundown of what you get when you purchase this property in just a moment. Date for completion again, on or before 30 days from the date of this contract. And again, the contract calls for 10% at the fall of the hammer, and unless you have organised beforehand different terms and conditions with the owners via Ryan, those of course will be upheld. So Ryan, come front and centre and tell us about it.
Thanks very much, Stephen. And we are back in Braddon again with a fantastically spacious 2-bedroom apartment this time, with wonderful living area that has fantastic angles and plenty of space. You do get views out to Mount Ainslie from the balcony as well. Wonderful location, fantastic apartment. We are hoping to find a new owner for this one today. There aren't too many on the market at this sort of value, so if you are here to buy, it's a one-of-a-kind opportunity at this sort of asking price. I hope we can find a new owner today. Thanks, Stephen.
Good on you, Ryan. Well, again, one of the bits of information that I have that you don't is the written reserve, and it is extremely reasonable, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the Phoenix Apartments. They've been there for quite a while now. They are tried and true. Got a swimming pool as well. Those views to Mount Ainslie that Ryan talked about. Access to everything on Lonsdale Street, close to the light rail, very close to the city. I mean, this is truly a magnificent opportunity. So who's to start me away?
380, please, Stephen.
380,000, a little bit low, but I'm going to take it in the spirit of bidding. Can I just see your card again? Bidder number 25. Welcome to your number 25, 380. Like to see, let's give them a clap. Yeah, of course. At 380,000, I'd like to see 400 to keep me going. 380 is the bid, 380 is the call, 380 is the offer. Is there 400 now? What do you say, gentlemen? We're at $380,000 over here, it's against you. On my left, what would you like to do?
390.
Okay, we can do that. 390. We'll sell it slowly but surely.
400.
And 400, he says. 410, your turn? Yeah? Don't make me wait, sir. We're at 400 over here.
410.
410. Just see your card again. Bidder number 23 back in. 410. What's your guy doing, Owen? Bidder number 25, I think it is. 410 over here. Keep me going at 420. At $410,000. Now I'm calling it in. $410,000 first time. 410,000 is the bid. Second time of calling.
420.
At 420, nice strong bid. 420. Now, what do you want to do, guys? 420. It's against you. Stay in there. Keep going. Go hard. Go strong. Don't have any regrets. $420,000 over here on my left is the bid. 420 is the call. 420 is the offer. Is there any further bid? Any further? I'll take 5 if it helps you guys. 425 if it helps you. 420, it's against you. Make no mistake. We do have some live bidders in the audience, folks, if you're wondering why I'm focusing over there. It's a bit of a treat at the moment. We haven't had live bidders in here for 3 months, I'd say. Have to be that long.
Got one live bidder.
420, what do you want to do, guys? 425
422.
and a half? 422 and a half?
422.
Goodness
430.
gracious me, he's back at you, 430. What about 432? That'd be a strong bid. 430 over here, he's weakening, I can tell. We're at $430,000 now. And I'm going to call it in at $430,000. First time. $430,000 is the bid. Second time of calling. At
435.
435, great bid. Just see your card again, sir.
Yeah.
435. What's happening with your guy, Owen? 435 over here. Make no mistake.
Which one? You said 2 numbers. 440.
440 now with $440,000. Sir, don't let him beat you. Down the camera there, you're bidding very well. Bidder number 25, I'm proud of you and for you. We're not there yet. $440,000, I'm calling it in. 440,000, first call. 440, second call. $440,000, third and final time. Is there any further bid? I'll take 1,000. Guys, I'll take $1,000 if it helps you.
Yeah, $1,000.
Give me one. 441. Thank you. 441 now. 441. Oh, and over to you.
42.
442. We're going to sell it brick by brick, glass pane by glass pane. Here we go. At $442,000, make no mistake, with my opening bidder, number 25. Guys, take one more. Come with me. Come on. You won't have any regrets unless you don't buy it. 442. Bidder number 23. Give me one more thousand. Ryan, what's happening?
Hey, guys.
I'm going to call it in otherwise. Guys, come back in while he's distracted. You'll never see him coming. He's gone around the corner. Say 443. Say it fast. Say it with me. 443. 443. You can do it. What about, I'll take $500. I wouldn't normally do it. This is from me to you. This is a gift. I'll take $500. Wouldn't normally do it. You might win it for 500. Don't lose it for 500. We're at 442. 442 and a half. Yes?
Yes?
Yeah, 442 and a half. Just see your paddle again. 442 and a half. Oh, and your guy's coming second. Ryan, coming second now. 442 and a half over here.
Okay.
All right. Just need to know what's going on. Keep me...
450, please, Stephen.
450, that's a good strong bid. We're at 450 over here now. Ryan, at 450. Just need an instruction. What am I to do at $450,000? Do you want to go another sneaky, cheeky $500?
No.
You said that before. Come on, come with me, sir. It'll be a beautiful journey. I promise you. Ryan's just having a chat. He likes to disappear on me. Used to it now. At 450,000, sneak back in. He's gone again. Sneak back in. It's your opportunity. Are you sure? 100% sure. Just another 500 bucks. You'll spend that in fuel, even driving from home to Braddon and back.
No, that guy can't beat me again. Yeah, that's
Done?
over the limit.
It's over the limit from the bank, sir, or just a person?
From the bank.
Really?
Yeah, really.
You need to talk to Nectar Finance. They'll get you more money. Honestly. All right. What are we doing? $450,000, a smidgen below my written instruction. Owen, where are we at?
455, please, Stephen.
That's fabulous. $455,000. I'm going to need some kind of instruction here. We're at 455 now. 455 is the offer. 455 is the bid. 455 is the call. No?
Alright, just watch out for the chat.
All right. Gentlemen, don't go. I'm going to miss you. Stay. Stay with us. Good on you. Bear with us. We're at $455,000 now. Great value still, as far as I'm concerned. You're right in the heart of Braddon. Everything that Lonsdale Street has to offer. I was down there just this morning. Of course, you've got the Lonsdale Street Roasters. You've got all the great restaurants. Just around the corner, you've got Ben Spoke. You've got Assembly. You've got Hopscotch. You've got all of those places reopening now for limited numbers. But I think from as of today, we're allowed to have 100 people, as long as you follow the social distancing rules. So exciting. It's great to be back, or almost back, isn't it? Do you want a bit again? You sure?
Over my limit.
So you strike me as a great judge of property. There's something about you, the way you carry yourself. I don't know what it is, but I would have come back in if I was you, around about now. We're at $455,000. Oh, and can you go and just tap Ryan on the shoulder? I'm just going to need an instruction. We're going to need to wind things up here. I will need an instruction. What's happening? Okay.
Yeah. 460.
At $460,000.
Okay.
To see your card.
460.
460, okay. All right. We're selling? Okay, fantastic. Thank you. All right, folks. Gentlemen, have a lovely evening. At $460,000, if there's no further bid or call, I will be calling it in on behalf of bidder number 25. So here we go now. At $460,000 in Braddon, first time. 460 is the bid and the call, second time. $460,000, third and final time. Madam, are you going to bid?
No.
Are you sure? I thought you might be on the phone to bid.
She's lying. Yeah,
Who's your parents?
Oh wow, this is like it's an inception. You're on the phone to the phone bidder who's on the phone to us. It's too much for my tiny mind. All right, we're selling, and sold! Welcome to Braddon, bidder number 25. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for wherever you're watching tonight. Please tune in to another LJ Hooker auction, or come along. We're opening back up for on-sites as well. We've loved having you here. Have a lovely evening and take care of yourselves. Cheerio.